Just finished vacuuming out the drill. This is our John Deere 750 no-till drill, and it's all cleaned out. We had some wheat in it from last fall, but we vacuumed it out. And plant some oats for a neighbor. So Kevin's actually gonna do that this morning. It's gonna be a beautiful day. So oats can handle some pretty cold temperatures, and I believe that they can germinate around 38 to 40 degrees. So yeah, beautiful day to sow some oats. Kevin's gonna take me home. I'm gonna save this wheat. This is wheat. I'm gonna save that and sprout that for the chickens. Whoop. Here's the oats. 3 pounds per acre.
Look at the dust fly already.
Dust in March. Last round. It's a 5-acre field. It's another gorgeous day outside today. It's already 70 degrees and it's only noon. I'm pretty sure it's a record break already because our previous record was 68 degrees, so I think we've already hit the record, and it's only noon. Today I've been pruning the grapevines, and I did a major prune on them this year. Changing it up a little bit, and I'll take you out there. It's kind of windy, so you probably wouldn't hear me. Calves are talking because I'm weaning them. I'm trying to do some garden cleanup. These onions here that I planted last year, I never harvested them because I planted them late and they were small. They never really grew too big. So this year they will be my seed onions, and you can just save the seeds and replant them next spring. So I have actually a couple areas where I have some onions, but I'm kind of figuring out what I want to plant where. I still need to amend most of the soil here yet and kind of just spruce it up. It's looking kind of dingy around here. You can see my you can kind of see what I've done to the grapevines. I took down the cattle panel. I had 2 cattle panels. Maybe if I have a photo I'll put it right here so you can remember what it looked like. Took those cattle panels down and cut them way back, and so we're just gonna kind of start over, and I'm not gonna have them grow up over a panel. I'm gonna just have them grow like you would see a traditional grapevine grow. And hopefully I left enough of it where it will grow. So tried to keep some that are still alive and growing and not last year's spent ones, but we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, opened it up here a lot. I've been coming in here a little bit more often because I'm starting to save some of the eggs that I want to incubate. I have a few that I know I want to. Well, I guess I upset her. Maybe she was done. Oh, this is one that I want to incubate. It's a dark green color, majestic Morans. I'm going to incubate some of those, and maybe one of these. I don't know all of them. I'm hoping to get a Rhode Island red, which is her. Obviously they don't want to be on camera, but whatever. Maybe I'll keep all these. And these ones are pretty good too. So maybe I'll just take them all out now. I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 eggs so far this morning. And that's probably about all I'll get today. I think my incubator holds 26 or 28. What is that? Oh, I have a cat. Cat was wondering what was going on. You can kind of save the eggs for maybe up to a week before you actually put them in an incubator, as long as they're clean. So this one here is not clean, so I'm not going to incubate that one. I probably will start incubating within the next 2 or 3 days, depending on how many eggs I get within the next couple days. And then yeah, I'll bring you along, and that'll be a 3-week process to hatch those little chicks. So I wanted to grow my flock a little bit this year. Miss Mabel has gotten a few of our chickens. She is definitely not like Dakota. Hi, kitty. Hey, kitty. What you doing? So yeah, Miss Mabel's not like Dakota. She likes to chase animals, and chickens are one of those. So I check my turkey also. The turkey is laying on some eggs, which I'm thinking it's getting close, but I didn't write down when I noticed her laying on it. And so I don't know. So here's Mama Turkey. I gave her a bucket of grain and some water just in case she decides she needs it. I don't think she's really touched much of it. Oh, she's puffing up. She doesn't want me here. But the other day when we kind of had that blizzard, I put a bunch of straw all over so that she would stay warm and the eggs would stay warm. I know, but I just want to see. So she made herself a really nice nest. She worked at it all that one day when I put it here. Can I just look at your eggs just for a minute? You don't have to be so... I'm good. I'm nice. Here. I know. I want to see your eggs. I just don't want her to get in my hand. You see the eggs? Oh. Nothing yet. I'd love to candle them, but I think I'll just wait and see how they turn out. I think we'll just give them another week maybe before. I think that it could be 4 weeks for turkeys. I'd have to relook, but yeah. Over here is my garlic. I uncovered it all. Look how big it's getting already. I probably should fertilize it, but yeah, I have this over it so that the chickens would stay out of it. But now I've locked the chickens up in their run. I had to lock the chickens up in their run because they were starting to dig up some of my perennials and my strawberries and all that. So once they start doing that, then I have to lock them up. What do you think? I didn't say anything. Good girl. You just love me, don't you? What do I smell like? These patches of green here, those are my chives, and they're starting to grow. I should pick some of them. What I love to do is make some fresh cheese and put some chives in it. That's so good. Maybe I should do that. Maybe when I go in the house. Oh, actually I can't. My milk collar has already taken all the milk. So maybe tomorrow.
So welcome.
Hi. What you guys up to?
So on this spreader, this is the one that we actually use on our farm because it's set up for 30-inch rows, and actually 15-inch rows will go down between. So we have taken, if you come around the back here, so this spinner was rotted off, and let me go show you the old one a little. That is the old spinner on this.
You were running that?
And I was amazed that this still spun. Or still, it would spread, but not very well. So. You had a conversation with me the other day about how a spreader would spread like that. You saw one that was kind of roached out, and you thought, wonder how they spread with that. The last guy to use it, we used it for cover crop. It wasn't actually for fertilizer, and I think that's what really...
the seeds?
Yeah.
Really? So it's well used?
So it's well used, so
you
put a new spinner on, and we had a bearing underneath there we replaced on the shaft. You can grab the tractor. Sanders is going to back the tractor up to it, hook it up, and we're going to see how my new spinner and everything works. We have to put paddles on it, yeah.
What?
We have to put paddles on it, yeah. Many of you might ask what model or what this is. This is actually a Western spreader. They only made them for a few years. My dad picked it up a long time ago, and we've had to do some work to it. And as you know, that we work on fertilizer spreaders anyway, so it's no big deal. But it looks like it's working.
So these are the eggs that I'm going to be incubating. I have 22 eggs here. So I collected them for 4 days, and I kept them in my garage where it's about 55 to 60 degrees. You don't really want it too much warmer than that unless you are planning on incubating them right away. Otherwise, you can stick them in the refrigerator too for up to about a week, and then pull them out, let them come to room temperature, which I am doing right now. That way they don't sweat or anything when they're in the incubator. And yeah, once these come up to room temperature and my incubator is stabilized at 99.5 degrees and 50% humidity, then I'll add the eggs. So this is my egg incubator. I have a Nurture Right. I washed it all last year after I was done using it, but then I just rinsed everything off real well. Just to ensure that it's clean. Already added some water to it. Water is what keeps that humidity up, and it will stay at 99.5 degrees during the whole time of incubation. This here This here is the egg turner. It turns the eggs, I can't remember how many times, 3 times a day maybe. And this is just what the eggs sit on. A few days before the eggs hatch, this actually gets removed. That way when they do hatch, the little chicks aren't stumbling all over that. I have to make sure that this all works properly before I can put the eggs in, get it up to humidity and all of that, and I haven't even tried to make sure that the egg turner and everything still works. This plug, which is at the base, that is the egg turner. So there's 2 ports here. One's for power, one's for the egg turner. I already have the power cord plugged in to the outlet, and now I just need to plug it in here. So this is going to show you the temperature and the humidity that we're at. So it says it's 94% humidity. That has to stabilize, so this has to stay on for several hours before I add the eggs. But usually you want the humidity to be about 50%. 45 to 55 is okay, but 50 is what you're really aiming for. And you can control it because there's a little vent here, but you usually want to keep that half open during the first 18 days or so. I'm going to test the egg turner. So to do that, you push the plus and the minus at the same time, and that just ensures that that works. And when I put the eggs in, I'm also going to test it to make sure all the eggs can turn properly also. This is factory set to do chicken eggs, so mine would be 21 days. You can change that. It does have a candle, egg candler. I don't know if you can see that. It's not super great. I mean, I guess you could use it, but it would have to be really dark in the room. I haven't found it to be super easy to use, but I'm gonna let this set for a few hours and I'll bring you back when we load it up. We were starting to get quite a collection of scrap steel outside the shop here. So Kevin's idea has been to load it up, haul it in. Scrap prices are what, $220?
Yeah, 220, 245 a week ago, 225 this week. So I said, well, better get it in.
Yeah, we're a week behind, but okay.
So we're hauling in what's left over.
All pieces from
Lots of projects.
restoring your spreaders and all kinds. What's Sanders doing? Sorting through?
Yep.
Keeping stuff that he might need. Update on the Challenger. Some people have asked about it, and we are waiting on some hydraulic hoses. They were a special order. They're special order, and actually one of them has been one of them was discontinued, right?
Yeah, another dealer had it though.
He had it on hand, but it's gotta come in from wherever. Actually, Ethan's on his way to go pick them up.
They called yesterday and said they were all in. So there's 11 different hoses, so we're just replacing them all. And then we got the carrier for the fuel tanks is redone, so just gotta do some finishing touches to it and paint it. So we're hoping today is probably
Not this week.
Thursday, but hoping next week put the cab on.
Nice. Well, that's how much we got loaded for now. There's a few heavier pieces that Kevin's got to use the skid loader to get on, but front of the workshop looks a lot better. Now he's gonna get ready to plant some more oats for another neighbor. So that's what he's gonna do this afternoon. There was 30 bags of oats on this skid. We just filled the skid.
Yep, got warmed up.
Yeah, for sure. So that pretty much filled the drill. These are a little different oat. These are from Beck Seed. The other one was Lacrosse that we did a couple days ago. So just different. Kevin's got 15 acres to plant back in here somewhere. So he's gonna work at that this afternoon. Probably take a few hours. Couple hours. So he's planting 3 bushel to the acre on this as well. 1,500 pounds is what we loaded in there. So he's gonna do this little piece, and then behind me there's a little piece, and then whatever he still has, he's gonna go over across that driveway and finish emptying the drill there. Sandy soil, so he can probably get on this about any time of the year, I would think. It's kind of amazing how we have such clay soil over by us, but just a few miles from us there's sand. Alright, it has been several hours. This has been running, and it is 99.5 degrees. It's been steady, staying there. Our humidity is at 56%, so that's a little bit high, but it's okay. And by the time I take this off, it's gonna lose all the humidity, so it'll have to come back up. But I have all my eggs ready. What I do is I like to number each one. So that way I can tell when they're turning, to make sure that they're all turning. And I don't know, I like to keep track of which ones are which, and sometimes it's just easier to do that. So at this point, I'm going to put the eggs in the incubator, and we're going to start the countdown to 3 weeks or 21 days. So take this off a second. Now what you want to do is put the pointed side towards the center. And I'm going to put all of the numbers on the top, because I'm going to turn it to make sure all of them turn properly. So we're just putting all the pointed sides. This is probably, number is probably backwards on that one. Alright, I have them all on. That looks really pretty. I'm going to set the top back on and get that humidity brought back up. And you just want to make sure that the sides are, or that it's on all the way. There it is. It's fine. Alright, so now we're going to do the egg turner to make sure they all turn. And they just do a partial rotation. Let's take this off a second. Alright, so number 2 doesn't look like it turned super much. Let's try it again with the lid off so I can see better. Okay, that works. Next 18 days, I got to make sure that there's constantly water in the A port. B port is for later, but A port is for the first 18 days. So every day I'll check it and top it off when it needs it. Alright, that means I just reset it. So we're back to starting it at 21 days. This counts down each day. I also will write it down so I keep track of it on my own. I was heading out to do evening chores, but I had to stop here a second because the sunset is so pretty. I don't think you guys can see it as good as I can. Let me see. No, it's much prettier in real life. But anyways, I hope you all have an amazing day, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.